Yo, what's really good? This is Sparring Minds. Your boys are back again for our Friday night show. You already know who I am. Off the top is Charlie Hustle, aka Charles Jones, aka Billionaire Bob, aka Mr. Monday Night, aka come on, man. I'm gonna be easy. I got a bunch of them.
Oh
Billionaire
shit!
Bob.
I'm going in, man.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Oh, you know who it is, man. It's Hightower, aka Hightower.
And I'm Sam Little, Mr. Maritime.
Sir, and you already know it's the chef, Mr. Main Topic.
Fellas, man, it's good to see y'all, obviously, once again.
Always.
We got a good show lined up today. It's Friday night, so y'all already know we got our resident DJ, DJ Payne's going to come rock with us shortly. So that's going to be a good time to get him to spin during the middle of the show here. But I wanted to get right into the meat and potatoes here. So we're going to start this out. Let's get the sports. Let's knock that out, right? So let's talk about Major League Baseball real quick. So Sammy, the other day, you had hit us and said the Marlins had like a bunch, like 14 new cases, right?
Yeah.
And then Maine, you were just telling me that they had 2 or 3 more today?
4 more, so it's up to 8. It was 14 when Little brought it up the other day. Now it's 4 more cases, so it's up to 18 players on the Florida Marlins. And another game has been postponed this weekend, and it's just Major League Baseball is just really dropping the ball on this situation right here, man. You know what I mean? In particular, they can't be like the NBA and listen, just cancel the season and stuff. Y'all can't be in a bubble. Listen, terrible.
So there's 2 things that stand out from this story in regards to Major League Baseball. One, we talked about the Marlins, but the St. Louis Cardinals today have announced that they have had 2 positive tests. So now we get to what I was talking about the other day, where this shit starts to spread to other teams, right? And so, you know, this it's all coming to fruition. It's common sense, but if one person has it, you go to someone else, they're going to get it too. That's what's happened here. A key thing that happened today, there was some breaking news before we actually started the show. The commissioner, Manfred, has said, if we don't get this shit under control, I'm canceling the season. And so he's talking to the Players Association. And that's stand-up work by the commissioner, because this shit is starting to bud and starting affecting people, and it's gonna take over the league. The commissioner is standing up like a grown-ass man and saying, listen, the plans you guys have in place aren't working. I'm going to shut the whole shit down.
Whoa.
We all salute that, correct?
No, you can't salute that now. You should. Where was he before the season started to make a decision?
Well, I think what happened here is that the league, the teams were saying, no, we got plans in place. We're doing social distancing. We're doing whatever the case the teams may have been empowered to do. And Manfred said, okay, I'll keep an eye on it. And now, what are we, 2 weeks in? 1 week in?
Yeah.
20 players?
Come on, man. That shit is nuts.
And I'm sure it has everything to do with collective bargaining agreements, and I'm sure it had everything to do with that. When the Players Association, those guys wanted to get paid to play, and so Manfred said, okay, you'll get paid until you can't play anymore. And that's what's happening now. Manfred's going to step in, assuming they're not going to get it right. So they're going to cut it off, and salute to Manfred for doing so.
Yeah, they're not gonna get it right. That's for sure.
I mean, you can't. How do you get it right?
You can't get it right. So
you can't, because you would have to do what the NBA does and pick a stadium somewhere else and have everyone stay in that area. But you just can't do that.
Mm-mm.
And if it's difficult for the MLB to do that, imagine how difficult that'll be for the National Football League. Because, you know, in the NBA, you could play multiple games in a day with multiple different teams, you know, at the same venue. Major League Baseball, you probably could do that too. If you
you do it with all the sports, to tell you the truth.
At Fenway, you probably could do that. One game at 9, another one at noon, 5. You could do that if you wanted to. Right?
It'd have to be in a state that had multiple stadiums.
Right.
Baseball anyway. So it had to be Cali, Texas, Florida. Actually, You know what I mean?
You hate Florida, not
Not
what
going
you
to
want.
Florida.
Wait. How many stadiums are they doing the NBA in though?
They
Is it
just have
one or
one
two?
Just the one.
One location,
Okay,
but they
so
have multiple courts though. They have multiple courts.
Yeah,
Because when
that's
the
just like
Pelicans were playing last night, the Lakers were warming up in another court.
Right.
yeah.
So
Right.
if you
a
want to,
big
I
ass
mean,
AU tournament.
if you stagger it in one stadium for baseball, then yeah, you got to do one game in the morning, one game in the evening. But
Right.
if you have two stadiums in LA, then you can play them together. You
Yeah.
have to, and then you can do 4, 2 in the morning each stadium, 2 in the evening.
Yeah.
But
well, and that's a possibility. That should have been part of what their plan would have been.
that's where the commissioner steps in. It's like, what's your plan? No. How's this?
Yeah.
But again, I think when you start talking to the owners of the teams, and the owners are saying, "No, I want that concession revenue."
Yeah,
But
that's what it is.
everyone's virtual. Ain't nobody in the games. Ain't no concession.
You're right. You know,
You still get TV money. It's TV money.
Yeah, you're gonna get more TV money in a big city than you are anywhere else, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
All right, so as we'll move on from MLB, we'll talk about the NBA because we brought that up here a second ago. The season did start officially yesterday, and the games, Jermaine, you and I agree at least, those games were really great games to start the season out.
Pelicans game was really good. You know, they had a big lead. Utah came back. Utah definitely still needs another scorer. They're missing Bogdanovich, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're missing Bogdanovich, but you know, they still pulled it out. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm not sure what was going on with Brandon Ingram when he was in the Laker uniform. I mean, you could see some of it, but now
they gave up on him too fast.
We know what happened. We know what happened with Ingram. We know what happened with Ingram.
They gave up on him too fast.
No, LeBron went over there. That's what happened.
You see
that dude.
All the stuff they were talking about Brandon Ingram when he first came out. Now you see everything they were talking about with Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is a stud.
Yeah. And that's part of my problem. We talk about we're gonna base a whole show around this at one point, but it's part of my problem with these kids coming out of school so early, right? So I know y'all always gonna tell me, yo, Chuck, let the kids chase the money, right? But Brandon Ingram is in his third year? Maybe
fourth, right?
So
is it third or fourth?
Third or fourth, right?
Yeah, because I believe he just got an extension.
So let's just say fourth for argument's sake, right? So, but what that would have done in back in our day when we were coming up, and they'd be like, "Oh, Chuck, you sound like an old nigga." But what we grew up with was these niggas had gone to Duke, Carolina, Syracuse. They went there for 3 or 4 years, right? So imagine Brandon Ingram coming out right now with the talent level that he has right now, and then going to an NBA team, because that's how it was when we were coming up. You see what I'm saying?
He wouldn't have that same talent.
Why not?
Because the NBA experience is a lot different from the college experience. He now coming into the NBA, he would be taking grown man hits. Not these young kids. Not these young kids.
That's grown man hits doesn't mean anything. He still trains the same way. Like, what are we talking about?
No, he doesn't. NBA trains a lot different from college. A lot different.
We're never going to agree on that. We're going to talk about that in the future show. But the games were great last night. And, of course, my Lake show beat the Clippers, which is always a cherry on top of that. What's one thing that stood out to you last night, real quick, man, from the NBA games that you saw?
In the Pelicans game in Utah is that, you know, again, Donovan Mitchell's a stud and Brandon was a stud. They're both studs. Rudy Gobert is super underrated, I believe. And I like Rudy. I think Zion is going to be a problem. And also, I don't care how he played last night. Lonzo Ball is absolutely positively not a bust. Dudes are crazy. Lonzo Ball
is. He's a beast. I love Ball.
No, okay, yeah. Ball
I love Ball.
Not a bust. Guys were killing him today because he didn't shoot particularly well, whatever the case would be. Lonzo Ball, again, something like that. Since he got out of LA, has been playing much better with New Orleans. Good chemistry, good passer. Like, he plays really good defense. And in the Lakers game, is that Anthony Davis is the best player on the Lakers.
Yes, he is.
You know what I mean? Like, and on the Lakers, LeBron is still one of the best players in the league, but on the Laker team, Anthony Davis is that deal.
Last I checked, LeBron was still on the Lakers.
I'm just saying, watching that game last night, all the big plays in the end were being made by Anthony Davis. Now, don't get me wrong, LeBron did hit the game winner, and he did play the defense on Paul George and on Kawhi that shut it down from them scoring. So got to give LeBron credit on that. You know what I'm saying? But AD, how he just fits on that Lakers team, stud on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're not the number one seed in the West without Anthony Davis. I give
right. Right.
I agree, but they're not the number one seed in the West without LeBron James. I think what LeBron James
LeBron was there before AD. And he wasn't number one seed.
Remember, he played half the year hurt. Let's talk about it. You know, we're going to do that. Well,
we're not going to do all this.
That to the side, I think just two things that stood out to me real quick, and we can move on from NBA. Two things that stood out is that I love the Lakers' style of play. So they're one of the teams that really attack the rim, which is something I appreciate. Like, I hate dudes launching threes from 45 feet away, back-to-back-to-back possessions. The Lakers do a great job of attacking the rim. Playing the ball through the post through Anthony Davis, I absolutely love it. It's the way basketball is supposed to be. Secondly, I don't like the way they're micromanaging Zion Williamson with these 3 minutes at a time with this bullshit. Like, I hate that shit, man. Like, let the kid play, bro. I don't know why they're babying him. I don't know what's going on down there. They give him a clean bill of health, so let him ball out, man. You know what I mean? You can't play somebody like that 12 minutes, 15 minutes of the game, man. Give him the full. If he's ready to play, he's ready to play. Let's go. These games mean something to New Orleans. Right. They can't afford to give games away. If you try to get into the playoffs, every game counts. Play your best player. Or, play a second best player.
I was just counting. I was counting all the turnovers, in that game, only to win by 2 points without a Harold playing and Lou Williams. I don't know. The Lakers are in for a run come playoff time. They didn't impress me all that. They didn't really impress me.
We're gonna move on because clearly you're not talking with no sense. So
17 turnovers just to get 2-point win. I don't know, fam.
Let me give y'all one last little sports nugget before we move on. And I wasn't watching. I saw some of the clips of today's game. Again, the NBA is still playing games today in the bubble. And Orlando was playing against Brooklyn. And I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but even going back to yesterday, man, I know you saw the games. I know Hightower and Little, I don't know if you guys saw the games last night. But the NBA is doing a real good job of pushing the Black Lives Matter movement with some of the things that they're doing via commercials, via the national anthem, guys wearing the shirts. They had the Compton Choir, which was absolutely fucking amazing in LA. A lot of those kind of things were happening last night as the NBA took center stage. And then I watched the Orlando situation happen today. Much like last night, all the players, all the coaches, everybody on the sidelines had a Black Lives Matter T-shirt on. They came out as the song started playing. And then I see a player by the name of Jonathan Isaac come out. And Jonathan Isaac didn't have a Black Lives Matter T-shirt on. Right? Jonathan Isaac. So everybody knelt, fist in the air, some kind of symbolic gesture when the national anthem started. Jonathan Isaac was standing up straight with his hands behind his back. Right? The NBA did a great job of allowing players to wear a symbolic gesture on their jersey. We saw things like equality. We saw things like respect us. We saw we saw all these kind of amazing slogans. Jonathan Isaac's jersey said Isaac. So we have an individual here, a young man went to Florida State University, who chose not to partake in a very powerful movement or gesture or symbolism, one that everybody in the league is taking. Jonathan Isaac chose not to do that. So my question to you guys is, that's something we're going to give him a pass for. He hasn't made any statements to the media. No one knows why this is what happened. But I'd like to get your guys' feel on if we give him a pass.
I mean, you got to give him a pass. Like,
Yeah.
Just because this is one of those, it's a layered question, because he can believe what he believes, and maybe he doesn't believe in the gesture. Maybe he expects something more, and maybe his voice wasn't heard at the table if he was there. You know what I mean? So I'm sure he may support, but maybe he's supporting, or maybe he's not in support of how they're doing it. You know, that's fine. Like, at one point, the league wasn't supporting the players the same way he probably not supporting the gesture. It's politics. But until a statement come out, man, I'm not going to vilify him.
Sammy?
Yeah, I gotta see. I don't know a lot about Jonathan Isaac. I'm not sure. I know a lot of people, if their family was in the military and stuff like that, a lot of them have had, they've been, on that side of, respecting the flag and respecting the anthem and stuff like that. I need to know a little bit more about Jonathan Isaac, and I need a statement from him or something before I can kind of go with it.
Me?
Yeah, same here. I saw a little skim of it when I was going through Bleacher Report earlier, but again, I don't know enough information about it to make, to condemn him or either way, for what he did. But the NBA is doing a great job with it, and so salute everybody that is doing it, the players that are doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one individual out of, and he hasn't really made it to that point to even be, like having that comment. Like, Jonathan Isaac is a role player, talented guy, talented kid, but role player at best. And, I need to know more about that.
Yeah. He was a lottery pick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was a lottery pick. He was a lottery pick.
Yeah.
He came out with a lot of talent out of Florida State.
Yeah.
He was overrated. He wasn't that good. I was watching him live. He was getting carried in college too. But what I will say is that as a collective, Sparring Minds will hold judgment. And I don't normally do that, right? I'm normally ready to pan-sear this nigga no oil, right? But I'm going to wait. Because I think, I've said this before in this show, I think the Black Lives Matter movement, and our role and our responsibility and our actions in it is going to go down as top 3 things in our lives that we are going to be a part of, right? And how we choose to be a part of that is based on the individual, but it will be something that you will tell your grandkids about. That I can guarantee. And for Jonathan to choose this path immediately just told me maybe he's an all lives matter type nigga. That was my initial thought, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold up. We're gonna give him a week. If we don't clarify this shit in the week, because you are a public figure, and as a public figure, you have to clarify when you make such statements such as this, right? So if you don't, then I get to fill in the blanks. So we're gonna wait on Jonathan Isaac. We're gonna address this shit next week, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna talk about Boston, right? Also, it's obviously close to all of our hearts real quick. But before we talk about Boston, y'all don't watch it. Fuck y'all. I'm going to talk about it anyway. This marriage boot camp hip hop shit is fucking bananas, nigga. It's fucking bananas, dog. So let me say something real quick.
Yo, this is the craziest shit ever, dog. This is the craziest shit ever. Yo, we can't get you to watch Insecure, Snowfall,
anything that makes some type of
Resistance.
You won't finish Sons of Anarchy. Like, yo, can we all, Little and Hightower, can we all collectively?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Out of, yo,
Yeah.
get him the fuck out of here.
Like of all things,
What?
Ratchet
Larry,
TV,
boot camp,
Ratchet TV.
That's what we doing.
Yo, fuck
I
y'all.
don't know.
Yo, fuck
I
y'all.
don't know.
This shit is incredible, by the guy. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life, dog. And so let me just keep it 100 with you, right? I watch this shit, but I gotta pause it every 3 minutes because the level of messiness gets to me after a little while. So I gotta take a break and then I go back to it, right? So peep what the bitch said.
I thought you called them young ladies.
No, not this show.
Okay.
Not this show, brother. Not this show, dog. We gonna leave all the young lady shit to the side, dog.
Oh,
The bitch said, okay, so there's multiple examples I have here, right? But the one of the keys here is the bitch said, this nigga is literally the brokest nigga I ever dated.
Mm.
What in the disrespect is that shit, dog? Not never. Okay, so even if that was the truth, right? How dare you say that shit on national TV? How dare you? What's what? Okay, so pardon me. That was the broad name. The broad with the fat ass.
Tahiri, yep. I'm familiar with
Tahiri.
that quote. Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen the clip.
So.
That's her
question.
fault, by the way, but go ahead.
What happened?
I said that's her fault that she dated somebody who she considered broke, but that's another conversation.
Who's the guy?
Votto.
Some rapper.
Some
Votto?
rapper. Dip.
Yeah,
Don't
He's not
Votto,
dip.
dog.
Don't do that. He's not dip.
I thought Votto was like a reggae artist.
No,
There's a rapper named Votto too?
He's not dip. Don't do that.
He's dip by association, bro.
Yeah.
He's an affiliate.
Cam gave him the green light. I fuck with him.
Yeah, I ain't heard of Votto verse.
Whatever. But
Stop it.
You see this? You see what I'm saying? See how we going? So
Garbage.
can we all agree that's disrespectful? We all agree with that, first off, right?
Votto is better than Freddie Gibbs. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, I bet you Tahiri would. I bet you Tahiri would call Freddie Gibbs broke.
Wow.
Yo, that's bullshit, dog. And I felt like the nigga should have left right then. So is that enough for you niggas to leave? A chick called you the brokest nigga she ever dated in front of other people.
Well, now you just broke her because I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Sammy, Maine, I hope y'all agree with that.
Absolutely.
All day, every day.
Okay. So then the other example I'm going to bring up for this show, and I'm not going to stay long on this, but I will continue to watch. The other thing was that this motherfucking skinny Gerald Levert looking ass nigga, I forget his name right now. But he's the prototype, like tall, dark, and handsome. He's that nigga with the curly hair. Like, he's that nigga, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's dating some chick named Phaedra.
Oh, the Atlanta Housewives chick.
Is that her? Okay, cool. So I think her name is Phaedra. I could be fucking it up, but the bitch said, we're not fucking. And her reason for not fucking him is because of her past baggage in her last relationship. So here's my next question. Can a chick put you on they've been together for, I think Faye said 18 months?
No, I'm out. I'm out already.
What you mean? Oh, okay. I didn't finish the question, but okay. So
no, I'm out. For 18 months and we not fucking. No, I'm out already.
I think it's 18 months. Yo, if y'all are online, hit me and let me know if I'm wrong. But I think they've been together for 18 months. So if y'all been together for 18 months, the chick says, oh, well, emotionally I'm broken and I just need some time because my heart, and sometimes so that's what she's doing to you for 18 months, right?
Then her emotionally broke ass shit now jumped in this relationship. Now I'm out. I'm all sad.
Maine, Hightower, I assume y'all agree? 18 months?
I mean,
please don't give her an excuse, Hightower.
wait a minute. So
no, there's no thinking about this.
I need to get the context. Like, listen. Hear me out. Hear me out. Have they not had sex at all yet?
Nah. And let me add this in as you dig for context, right? They had one of these challenges was to take a hammer and hit a wall, releasing frustration. It was one of the challenges they had at this boot camp, right? And so he took this hammer and was fucking destroying the wall, right?
I bet.
And they go to her, and she says, "Now, Pete, 18 months he ain't had it. He feels a way about even saying it out loud." She says, "Well, he did a good job of smashing the wall because he ain't smashing me."
I'm out.
So not only is the bitch making him wait, but she's throwing this shit in his face too and trying to embarrass him.
Lucky I don't
But I'm
drop the
gonna let you go
fucking
ahead.
hammer on her
I'm
foot.
sorry, go ahead.
No, see, you didn't say all that before.
I had to give you some seasoning from last scene in the show.
I need the seasoning because that changes the narrative.
I mean,
Yeah,
all right, so give me your original narrative. What was you gonna say originally?
My original narrative was if they've never had relations,
Correct.
then that changes things. It's like maybe he's waiting for her for whatever reason to get over the
Nigga,
baggage.
he ain't AC Green, man.
That.
He ain't AC Green,
Listen,
fam.
I get that. It's not uncommon. But now, if you want to make a mockery of it, that tells me your intentions aren't pure.
Right.
Right.
Now it's like, okay, now you're playing me for a fool.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting 18 months for nothing. Let me go ahead and dip out. Peace.
Yeah. She's absolutely throwing the shit in his face, making him look like a fool. And so that's too bad. So yeah, I'm gonna continue watching that show. That's just crazy, and I'm gonna update y'all because that shit. And as funny as we put a poll up on the page, right? Like, do y'all watch it? And I was hoping motherfuckers was like, yeah, I watch, because that would have gave me some justification to talk about it. But fuck y'all, I'm gonna keep talking about it anyway. I don't really give a shit if y'all watch it or not. So I'm just gonna keep.
This shit's horrible.
Nah, it's just great, bro. I'm gonna go watch it for sure. So yeah, we'll move past that.
Watch the shy, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta find. That's the thing is I got the Fire Stick, so I gotta find shit. It's hard to find.
Watch Snowfall. You know what I'm saying? Watch that, dog.
Nah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna finish
Snowfall's dope.
I'm gonna finish watching
watched Snowfall last week.
Shit. Nah,
Sons of Anarchy, dog. You know what I'm saying? Finish watching that.
That's just off limits. I can't even watch that shit in my house.
That's just crazy, dog.
What? Huh?
I can't watch Sons of Anarchy, man.
Sons of Anarchy is probably my top 5 series ever.
Oh, I'm right with you. I can't watch the end of it. I can't see the last.
That's easily top 5.
Yeah. Oh, I have no debates. I agree with y'all 100%. But after they killed Opie like that, she literally won't put it back on the TV in the house.
Yo, that's
so yeah, I'm stuck, bro. Like
that was a tough scene. That was a tough scene.
That shit hurt. We had to take a break. We were like, hold on, turn that shit off for a minute, and we haven't come back since.
That's like 4 or 5 seasons. That's like the 4th or 5th season, maybe. It's
nigga like that shit.
How many seasons is it?
It's like 7 or 8.
Oh, okay. So you missed half of it.
Yeah,
and it gets and it gets crazy as far as who gets killed and all that shit, like, and how it happens. It gets.
I've never been traumatized by a TV show until that.
No, Opie's scene in which she dies. That's some ill shit to like.
Oh
my god!
Watch mentally, so I could feel you somewhat, but it gets better after that.
Yeah, well, you know. I'll watch it through y'all eyes, I guess. I ain't gonna be able to.
But stay on Marriage Boot Camp. But Marriage Boot Camp.
Dude, Marriage Boot Camp. I'm tuning in for every episode of that shit, dog. Let's talk about y'all city. Let's talk about y'all city real quick. So there's 2 things happening in y'all city. One is the schools.
Boston Celtics.
Yeah, Boston Public Schools won't return to full-time in-person learning this fall. Now we talked with the teachers last week, 2 weeks ago. And we all felt that was the best course of action, and the teachers seem to agree with that. So we're pretty happy with the decision, aren't we?
Yeah, we're not surprised. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Definitely. I mean, it's what needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's still no full disclosure on like how many days it's gonna be and stuff like that. But you know, just happy to get some clarity on it, somewhat. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not fully, but somewhat. You know.
How does this affect your household, Hightower? Are you even in the Boston Public Schools region? I know you guys are on the Billionaires Boys Club out there, so it might be a little, the private school life. So I'm not sure how that really,
We still don't have a formal decision yet, but I feel like it's going to come soon now that Boston's made theirs, because I feel like a lot of people refer to Boston, surrounding areas refer to Boston as like the standard for making some of these calls. So I imagine any day now we'll probably get an email about what we're going to do.
And then how does that affect the lifestyle, the household moving forward?
Business as usual. I think if anything, I need to see a better approach to the curriculum now that they've had time to fully prepare for it because, you know, when it hit in March, it threw everybody for a loop. So you get that folks were scrambling and didn't have anything in place. But, you know, we're about to be September, October. So you've had since March to be thinking about this. What if? So, you know, I don't want my daughter to be on the laptop for 30 minutes a day and then that's it.
Yeah.
Not for what I'm paying for tuition.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
because we pay weekly.
Yeah, because if she was going to school, she'd be there from 9 to 3. Don't have her here on the laptop for 30 minutes. Nah, I need something else. And if I need to step in and supplement it, then fine. But provide the tools so that I'm on par with what you guys are teaching her.
Yeah, because some schools got laptops. My daughter's school didn't get laptops, and I mean, so I know some households, you know, they got kids there that probably, you know, been watching on their parents' phones and stuff like that. Now, what happens now when work opens up a little bit more and those parents have to go back? Now, what are those kids, you know, watching and catching those Zoom studies on? Like, I don't know. It's gonna be it's crazy. I'm just trying to figure out what's gonna happen with me because, you know, Zoe, both parents, we're both working. So someone's going to have to take 2 days. Well, probably both going to have to take 2 days off during the week and have somebody watch her, you know, one of those days to kind of get by, you know. So I'm hoping my job is a little bit friendly, you know, and understanding when it comes down to that.
Yeah. I mean, I expect that jobs are going to be lenient, flexible when it comes. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and now everyone's trying to adjust to that. Man, how is your household adjusting to that? I know you got some things happening on your side of the world as well.
Well, the good thing about my job, the new job I just got, community service, and we were just talking about it today at our weekly staff meeting, is that they're willing to be flexible and stuff like that with parents, you know, with everything going on with COVID and school coming back and all that. So, you know, it really feels like, you know, I made a good decision at the time with this job. But as far as everything else, like it should be smooth. We've had it since March. You know what I'm saying? Jacayla's had a laptop with her like since she's been home from school. So, you know, but like Hightower said, definitely need more than a half hour. You know what I'm saying? Like in classroom time. You know, so and she's been taking a summer course right now with her school for maybe about 3 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? From like 9 to 12. You know what I mean? So everything is cool. I mean, we'll just see how that is going forward. You know what I mean? Like the long-term ramifications of it is just what I think about, like this virtual learning and how she'll be able to retain stuff. You know what I mean? Going forward, test taking and all that stuff. So, you know, we'll see.
I wanna shout out a friend of all of ours. We went to high school with Danae Johnson.
Yes.
Yes. She expressed the point today that I felt was really like, damn, it's fucked up. Like when you have a child who might need IEP, special learning, things of that nature. This school from home just don't work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Those children really need a lot more interactive, a lot more hands-on approach in a world where hands-on approach ain't available. You know what I mean? And so there's just a giant disconnect. Listen, for you know, for guys like us who we have children who don't need those additional services, we could sit them down with a laptop, a workbook, some kind of educational plan to utilize a lot of those hours of the day, right? And they're gonna learn something. But in a case like this, when your child may need a little additional work, you really can't do nothing but feel for the parents in that case. And then when you add on the layering of, okay, I still got to work, I still got to, you know, what I mean, it's just tough. It's just too bad.
It's a lot, definitely a lot.
Yeah, so definitely shouts out to her for going through that, and shout out to anybody else who may have a child, you know, like I said, with learning disability, any kind of hindrance towards learning, you know, that we should be able to bridge those kind of gaps. So we salute that. Um, So we'll. I think what I'd like to do is get those teachers back on. Maybe get a different sect of teachers back on to hear some more thoughts. Now that this has made it a final decision, and kind of see, okay, well, what's happening now moving forward? Well, what have you been told? So I think that's something we should try to plan sooner than later. Hopefully that gives some of the parents who are listening more food for thought, more tools in their belt to make this informed decisions. You know what I mean? Secondary in your city, and this is your city, by the way. This, you know, I fuck Boston for this kind of situation here, but so The Boston Marathon bomber, and obviously this was a spectacular case when this happened. Shit, it's been like 8 years now, right? Something like that. Seven.
I don't know.
It's been a while since
Yeah, it's been a while.
Everybody remembers the news when the Boston Marathon was bombed by these two guys. And the news came across today that the death sentence that he was originally given was thrown out because the judge did not adequately screen the jurors.
How convenient.
Yeah. So 2 people died, over 260 injured at that event, if I remember correctly, something crazy like that. So my question to you is, based on what we just talked about here, is can a case be made in the world that we live in to where someone is obviously guilty? Multiple witnesses, we got you on 10 cameras, and we caught you with the gun in your hand. Do we live in a world now where we can immediately judge him as guilty and implement the death penalty right away? Do we live in that kind of world? Let me start with you, Sammy, and we're gonna wrap back around.
Do we live in that type of world?
Do we live in the kind of world where a case like this, we caught the mother with the bombs in his bag? We know this is the motherfucker. There's no confusion here.
Yeah.
Why can't we say you're guilty on Monday and kill him on Tuesday?
It's all about money, man. It's all about money. I wish we could. I wish we could. I mean, we know he did it. Shit, he had me locked up at BU for like what? A day, if I'm not mistaken. I couldn't go nowhere.
They shut down the city for this motherfucker. I don't know if y'all remember this.
Yeah.
No cell phones work. They shut down all the trains. They shut everything down.
Was you with me? Was you with me? Because I know we had just almost. It might have been like a year after we opened that building.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
I was working. Yeah. I was working in Fenway when that happened. I was on my way home on the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like just leaving from coming through like that area. Like, so.
What do you think, man?
That shit's crazy, man. Politics as usual. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's pretty much it, man. You know what I mean? That case is too big. You know what I mean? And it's just too much money involved, and just it can't just end like that. For some reason, they gotta just prolong and. You know what I mean? A bunch of stuff that happens. Like, how convenient is that shit happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just...
And it doesn't come out for 7 years. Like, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
On top of that, this is a long time ago. This is not something that just happened.
Money.
You know what I mean? So, politics as usual.
HT, you agree with them?
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of game we play, man. Like, we don't have any standards at the moment for how we treat these things because, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. But like in these cases, sure, homeboy was red-handed, so there should be no debate. But, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about, the death penalty anyway.
Yeah.
So that's gonna sway my opinion on it. But he was in jail. He's gonna be in jail. Whatever.
All right. So there's something that jumps out to me that I don't think jumps out to most people in this conversation. And the conversation, again, we're talking about a case where I caught you red-handed. You're obviously the villain. Now let's go ahead and implement punishment immediately, right? That's what we're talking about here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, this would normally be cut and dry, except for the fact that we live in America, right? And we live in a country where they've pointed at niggas and said, nah, you guilty, when niggas wasn't really guilty. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so if we implement a situation here where it's like, no, if the officer catches you and says they got you red-handed, well, we're immediately going to implement punishment. Well, wait a minute, because your fucking officers are crooked. So what you're saying was red-handed may not necessarily be red-handed.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So we just can't come out here and say, put a blanket statement on the whole thing. If I catch you red-handed, you're a villain. You die today. That's not how this works. Because then they start killing us by the dozens for things that we didn't necessarily do, planting evidence on us. We hear about these stories all the time. You know what I mean? They put some coke in the car. They put a gun in the car. Oh, we got him red-handed. That's not even my shit, B. And so I just think that when we're dealing with a country that has had systematic racism issues, you have to watch out on who you're saying your authority is to make these kind of decisions for the justice system. So obviously, this specific case, the judge is a bozo. I don't know what more to say about that. But there's a larger issue at play here, which is how do we deal with criminals who we know are guilty, but we just can't seem to put them away. And I'm going to come back to you maybe a couple weeks from now and talk about capital punishment, because I think that's something I want to talk about too.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that.
Again, it's just that we live in a country where it's like, I don't trust the ones making the decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I mean? Then, because now they're playing God. And now they decide who lives and who dies.
Yeah.
And I've always been pro capital punishment in my life. But I think as I mature, I think I'm more like, wait a minute, I don't really, you niggas ain't the ones I can trust. So we'll talk about that. We'll have an episode about that.
Get out and vote.
Please.
It plays a role in this stuff. People don't realize how granular it is, yo. These judges got to get appointed, and they get appointed by people we vote into these positions, man. Y'all got to go out there and vote.
Yeah.
And let me say this too, because I know we got people who are on our page and they have this opinion that, oh, well, my vote don't matter. If it don't matter, just go do it anyway. How about that? Just help out. Just vote anyways. Even if you think it doesn't matter, just do it for the giggles, because
it matters less if you don't.
Yeah, you got to do it, man. You got to do it.
Got to do it.
Mano, I'm gonna jump into a topic, but I know you had something you wanted to bring up.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So I got a couple of different joints here. And if it
I
comes
mean,
to
you caught me off guard with that. I'm like, did we talk about that?
Yeah,
I know.
like, what was that? I wasn't thinking
he might have caught the wrong one. You know, I was talking about Shane Mosley earlier.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't Shane Mosley, but no, here's what Shane Mosley real quick.
Nah.
I got you, man.
Shane Mosley and his wife.
Okay, pardon me. I'm talking too much. Go ahead.
I'm not sure how long Shane Mosley's been married to his wife, Asian lady, if I'm not mistaken. But they are going through their divorce right now. And not only is she taking half, but she's also getting 3 belts. She's being awarded 3 of his belts. And I just don't get it.
This goes back to what Chuck said about not trusting who's making these decisions. Like, what's the belt going to do for somebody?
That's fucking disgusting, dog.
Stupid.
This shit gives me Tourette's, dog. Like, I don't like when, like, that's just a trophy that means nothing to nobody except for him. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you giving it to her out of spite. Get the fuck out of here, man. What state are they in? California must be.
I'm not sure where Shane's from. I'm not sure where Shane resides at. I'm really not. Anybody heard any word on Dr. Dre's divorce?
Well, there was a recent twist,
right?
Yeah, like I guess Dre said, bitch, I actually got a prenup. But here's the thing. They had the prenup. That bitch ain't surprised because she had to sign the prenup.
Yeah.
She knew the prenup was there.
Mm-hmm.
So you want a divorce by all means. That's on you. Salute. Beat it. But just know you're not walking out of here. You didn't make not one beat.
He wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Fuck out of here. Women can sit here and tell you, oh, well, she was there with him that whole time, and she gave him her life, and she sacrificed her own. No, she did not none of that. Not none of that. In fact, Dre probably increased. Well, don't do that, Chuck.
No, go ahead. Do that, Chuck.
Dre made her life a whole lot better. Let's just say that, right? Let's just look at that. We're going to sit here and act like, you know.
He's definitely giving her some opportunities.
Come on, man. More than she would have gotten any other way.
Yeah.
So you're not never gonna paint the picture that she was the victim here and deserves 400 million. Not
Yeah.
never.
Nah.
Nah, fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you should have done was that during those 20 years you were married, use Dre's name to create your own shit, right?
You're right.
Hey, I'm married to Dr. Dre. Let me make my own headphones for women.
Yeah.
Let me get
Mm-hmm.
my own clothing line. Oh, you don't know who I am? I'm married to Dre. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Because that name would have got you everything you wanted had you
Right.
used it correctly. Nah, you
Mm-hmm.
wanted to go to get your Manny and Petty. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
do your thing. But you could have created your own hustle based off of nothing but that name.
Yep.
And you could have said, Dre, come down here on Monday to the meeting with me. And you'd have been like, all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Open up your own shit. You could have had your own hair products, whatever you wanted to do. But now you didn't choose that right. Now, 20 years later, when you're sick of some shit, then you want to leave and take something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look what you came with.
We might need to go into the prenups again. Yeah, I know. I think we brought it up a while back. But I follow Sit and Talk. We're big followers of Sit and Talk. A few of us and whatnot. A few guys they want to speak on the prenup thing. They actually hit me up. My man Michael Young, good young brother.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's my guy.
Yes. He actually kind of wants to jump on the show and talk about these prenups and whatnot, if we invite him to come on here and do so. So
Silly
I
opportunity
really,
for that.
yeah, I think we should get into this.
Yeah.
A lot of these young brothers need to know, um, marriage nowadays is more of a financial thing more than anything else.
Don't do that. I'm not agreeing with that.
Hey,
Don't
hey,
do that.
hey.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Whoa.
Hey,
Don't do that.
hey, it's not like it was back in the day. It's I don't know.
Business partners.
Yeah, we're business
Are we
partners.
business partners?
Fabian, don't listen to these niggas. I married out of pure 100% love and
Do
emotion.
we
No.
really
Fabian married
love
you out
her?
of 100% love because someone has to love you in order to jump in there with you.
Fuck out of here, man.
Damn, you a fool.
Yeah.
To me, I'm gonna wrap it like this. It's like y'all boys said.
Yeah.
Jay said, when you leave them bank books and them credit cards and take everything you came with. And that's how I feel about these gigantic celebrity divorces. Like, you're not gonna leave out of here with no more than what you came in here with. You had all this time while we were married to develop something and you didn't. That's on you. You know what I mean?
Eh,
What do you mean?
Well, shit,
sometimes
Jay's in a situation where if he ever got divorced, he wouldn't have to worry about
he ain't even got to worry about it.
They both would be.
Yeah.
Good.
Can we just pause for a second and point out the fact that Chuck just quoted a J bar?
Yeah, I know, right?
Y'all just let that slide through there and they ain't gonna say that.
Come on, man. Jay's top 7 of all time. Dude.
See?
What?
That's what I'm talking about.
He's top 7. He's top 7 of all time.
Top 7.
Speaking of top 7 of all time, Maine. I remember what we was talking about off show, and it was the verses.
Yeah.
And you wanted to get into that.
So a little something. Timberland, I believe, did a post up about a verses involving Mariah Carey. You know what I'm saying? And wondering who could Mariah Carey be matched up with. You know what I'm saying? In a versus type of thing. Me personally, it would be a tough matchup, but like women today who I think of who I would match up with Mariah, and these are totally different styles too. First off, they're totally different styles. But I'm just talking about 20 bangers. You know what I mean? I would love to see Mariah on one side, and I would love to see Mary J on the other side. I feel like Mary J, when you just talk about 20 songs, 20 from both, from both, Mary has 20 smashes, whether they're hers or features. Mary, her catalog, ridiculous. Again, female artists, again, Mariah, we know Mariah did a thing, but alive today, alive today, who else could you really put against Mariah besides Mary J. Blige?
I'm not going with someone alive today, but I mean, Whitney Houston is who I'm going with. She's passed.
This nigga literally just said, I'm not going to follow the rules.
I'm not following those rules. I mean, we're talking about who can you match her up with. Like, there's not really too many. There's not too many people. There's no one you can match her up really with alive. I mean, Mary's up there, but there's really no one.
Exactly.
There's really no one.
HT, you got somebody in mind?
There's a few people.
Who?
I feel like Janet got to be considered.
Oh yeah, Janet. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Mary for sure. But now if you get to the men, I mean, there's men.
Come on, don't do that. No, man.
I was just thinking about females.
Female.
I was just thinking females. Males, that's a whole other.
Look at the high power to jump off the edge on some bullshit too. He just want to see me, bro. Niggas don't want to play by the all of a sudden.
Listen, look, I don't like your rules sometimes. I don't like your rules sometimes.
Yo, man, you guys are something else. I'm telling you, man.
Why not?
I mean, could you throw Beyonce up there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, why not Beyonce?
See, here's the problem, I guess, that I'm gonna have. And
20 points, absolutely. Beyonce,
absolutely what?
You could Beyonce don't got 20.
All right, so we appreciate y'all tuning in. We're gonna end the episode early.
She doesn't have 20.
Here's the problem.
Here's 24 verses.
Here's what we're talking about: is that when you put somebody up against Mariah Carey, first and foremost, you have to be able to sing.
Oh, here you go.
Like, sing. Like, Mariah is top shelf in singing, right? So that immediately takes Mary J out the conversation. That immediately takes Beyonce out of the conversation. Now, you could put Beyonce versus Mary J. I'd be fine with that. They're not pure singers like Mariah Carey.
But this is not about pure singers. This is about song for song.
It's about verses. It's about a verse. You're creating your own narrative. You're creating your own.
Now you're not playing fair.
Like, totally changed what it is.
No, the whole verses has been like competition. That's what's made it great. We didn't put fucking Snoop against fucking Bow Wow. There's no competition. It doesn't make us not interested.
But again, look at the most recent verses, right? Rick Ross and 2 Chainz. Now again, although it's a good matchup,
not really.
There's still been people talking like, man, I'd rather see Ross against Jeezy or Ross against T.I. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, something to that effect. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
Again, the verses is just a verse. It's just your 20 joints. You know what I mean? However you do it, features or your songs. You know what I mean? So
yeah, listen.
Definitely matchups for Mariah. You know what I mean? So I totally disregarded Janet. I don't know why I forgot about her, but definitely Mary. I mean Beyonce too. You know,
I totally forgot about Janet.
It's just about the songs, like you know what I mean? Like it's not about your singing and stuff like that.
I mean,
you said Beyonce got 20 songs?
Easy.
Verses?
Easy.
You forget. Verses.
Easy.
Again, it's not. It's songs and features and hooks, and when you were featured on songs.
But let me see. I mean, you got Aretha Franklin.
Yo, knock it off, man. She can do it.
You said Aretha Franklin?
You got Aretha Franklin.
What?
Ain't nobody watching the verses with Aretha Franklin, bro. It's gonna have like 9,000 views. Man.
Yo, low key, funny. Listen to the Breakfast Club. I'm sorry, Sparring Minds. I'm kind of going off there. Steve Stout definitely freaking dissed the fuck out of Jermaine Dupri on the verses. Like, him trying to go against Diddy would just be bad. He's just trying. He's basically he's just said JD is clout chasing for a matchup that he's not ready for. Calling out the Diddy's and the Dre's. He's like, nah, nope.
You gotta be careful. JD got some shit.
No, he does. He does.
You said the same thing about Jagged Edge. Cut it out.
Your disrespect for Jagged Edge is at an all-time high, bro.
Yo, stop it. JD has more than Jagged Edge. Stop it, dog. Yeah. Stop it. Escape, Usher, Stop it, dog.
I'm just saying, like, you guys got guys on a pedestal.
Usher, but again, he did for Usher and Mariah Carey. He's wrote for Mariah Carey too.
Oh, for sure. I'm not questioning
like,
JD.
so
I'm just saying y'all got these guys too high. I agree with Breakfast Club though, because he's no match for Diddy.
Yeah, but is it Diddy or is it Stevie J? Is it Diddy or Stevie J?
Well,
I mean, because that was a combo.
Yeah, but JD did have people in his corner too. So what are you saying? He didn't do everything by himself.
So if you're saying that JD don't belong with Diddy and Dre, where does he belong? Because he can't be too much further down the list.
Yeah, if you're not saying he's on that list, he
got to be right behind it.
He's only a tier below. He's only a tier below that.
So who else is on that tier then?
If you don't want to put him up there on that tier, he's on that tier.
I don't know.
Shit. Just do an in-house beef. Stevie J versus Diddy.
Nah.
I like. Hey.
I'm playing the same fucking songs.
No, they're not.
I mean.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
But like, okay, so all right, so what's like? Okay, so if Diddy's hit, like, where's like Timbaland and Pharrell?
I hate Pharrell.
Really?
I hate the Neptunes.
Where's Kanye on that? Like, producer tier then? Because are Diddy and Dre right there, like they're side by side, or is one above the other?
Oh, Dre's that's tough. I would probably have to say that neck and neck. You know, the music, the influence, the longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they got to be neck and neck.
Okay, so that's the matchup. The Diddy and Dre, that's the bar. So JD is under that right there.
So I think Kanye's in between the two.
In between
the question now is, where do you put Timbaland? Is he above JD or below JD?
He's probably in the same class.
See?
He's probably in the same class.
I'm thinking him and Swiss shouldn't have mattered. There should have been a Timbaland Pharrell.
Y'all overrate Pharrell.
You're smoking.
Yeah, Pharrell's that damn crazy.
Yeah, I'll pass on Pharrell. And I'll pass. You know what else I'll pass on to? Steve Stout's opinion. And like, we'll talk about this offline because y'all ain't about to cook me on social media again. But like, we gotta watch who we let in the industry. Like, you just can't let. It used to be something that was for the hood, and then you let certain people get in, and now they become authority figures.
Stop it, man.
We'll talk about
Steve Styles for the culture, man. He's definitely for the culture.
Oh boy.
I don't care for Steve Styles.
No.
Steve Styles definitely for the culture.
Beat it. Culture made him rich.
He's for the culture. He's not a culture vulture.
How is he not? You just say he's not a culture vulture?
Not a culture. He's from the culture. How is he? What do you mean? He's from the culture. Are you kidding me?
We'll talk about this later, bro. We're gonna do this offline.
I go do some homework. So.
Yeah, y'all listen. Don't worry about this.
Go do some homework. Go do some homework, my brother.
Oh, I'm fully seasoned.
Go do some homework. Steve Stout is for the culture.
Fuck out of here, Steve Stout.
Okay.
Fuck out of
here. Please. Yeah, okay.
And put some respect on Janet's name.
Has an amazing interview. Huh?
I said put some respect on Janet's name. God
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pardon me. I certainly forgot about that. But I think we all agree she'll be the one to match up with Mariah if they was going to do something to be Janet.
Yeah, more than likely.
I can see Mary.
We're pushing the clock, fellas, but I had a couple things I had to get into, so let's hit them real quick. So I'm gonna try to knock out two, but we'll see how we feel. We'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is dude has been with his girl for 4 years. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He comes home for work. She leaves her email open, something of that nature. He goes through the email and finds out that she's been cheating. Right? Cheating for the last 2 years of their 4-year relationship. He wants to confront her. Here's the problem. He is also cheating. And so what he doesn't want to do is open up Pandora's box, right? So the question here is, So the guy like this, in his position, yeah, you found out your lady is cheating, but nigga, you already cheating too. Does he bring this up to his lady, or does he shut up and leave it alone? We'll start with you, Ed, and then we'll wrap back up.
You start with me, huh?
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
gonna start with you.
I mean, I can go first if you want.
All right,
No,
go ahead, Sam.
no. I got you.
You got it. Go ahead, man.
He'd be a fool to open up Pandora's box. Like, this is where the double standard gets on my nerves. Like, how you upset with her for doing what she doing, and you doing the same shit, right?
Yeah.
Like make it make sense. Like did you cut all your folks off and now you want to clean house? Like,
right.
what are we doing here?
Right.
Nah, he's a clown.
Mano.
Yeah. Knock it off, man. You better take that L. You better take that L and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And just listen, man. Ride that wave out. You know what I'm saying? And just, again, think long term. Because if you react on your emotions, you think it's short term. You dig? So don't do that. Take the L. Just be like, you know, can't recognize game, man. Listen, you know, and it's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, take that L and KIM. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Sammy.
Keep it moving.
We're about to address this because there's a few reasons. We're about to address this. We're going to have to open up Pandora's box. We have to. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, how y'all still in? You find this out, you still fucking with this chick? Knowing that she's still doing what she's doing behind closed doors?
Yeah.
But he's doing what he's doing.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen, it doesn't matter. First and foremost, what I do is what I do.
Talk that shit, Sammy. Talk that shit.
Now, I may be in the wrong, but I look over here and she's doing wrong. That just right there lets me know that we can't be together. Mm-hmm. So of course I have to open up Pandora's box. Yeah. And if she finds out that I was doing what I was doing, then okay, then we go our separate ways. It is what it is. If she never finds out and doesn't want to venture into anything I was doing, okay, then I win. It is what it is. But there's no way you can sit there and say, okay, well, she's fucking this person, I'm fucking that person. We're still good. There's no way. There's
sometimes
no way.
We fuck each other. I do me, she do her. Sometimes we do each other.
Okay, so where's in the long run? What are y'all doing? What are y'all really doing?
That's a separate conversation.
See, you can
talk about right there at that moment.
Yeah, you can separate ties without blowing everything up. Why are you gonna call her out on her shit if you're doing the same thing? If you're gonna leave, just leave.
Here's the problem.
Don't let her action be the reason you leave if you're doing the same thing.
Here's the problem that none of my brothers here addressed. And I've said this multiple times. Women are pictures of virtuosity and purity, and women are supposed to be above this. You dig? And
operative word, supposed to be.
And so, yeah. And so, if she is not above reproach, if she is of the type to want to cheat in this kind of fashion, she's not the woman for me. My actions are a whole different kind of conversation. There's two different conversations going on. I don't blend these conversations. Two different things, right? My wife, my lady, needs to be an image of purity to me, right? And so she's cheating out here. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Does it say his wife? Is it his wife?
It says his lady. It says his lady.
His lady. Okay. All right. Cool. So again,
so she out of here.
Right. So
either or, she's out of here.
Yeah.
His lady.
You guys are bugging.
Well, I'm not. Listen, men, we're flawed beasts. You dig what I'm saying? That's just how we are.
And women aren't?
But your lady is supposed to be the better. That's why they always say the better half. Your lady is the better version of you. Like, your lady is the better picture of what you'd like life to be. And so if your lady's doing the same shit you doing, nah, bro. Nah, she got to be better than what you doing. You see what I'm saying? So you might have the opportunity to cheat and say, oh, I fucked up. I got to go home and get right, whatever. But your lady's supposed to be that foundation. That's supposed to be that spine in your back, that holding you down. That's what your lady's supposed to be doing. She can't be out here doing the same dirt you doing.
Yeah, but it don't mean she ain't holding me down either, though.
Yep.
Don't mean she ain't doing her job.
How the fuck is she holding you down, but Jamal down the street's blowing her back in? What are you talking about?
Her balance may be amazing.
Nah,
Her
no
balance
chance,
may
bro.
be amazing.
No chance,
Her
bro.
balance may be amazing, man.
I'm all set.
And like, so you know,
this shit
depends
gets
on
addressed.
how much do I value the relationship? How much?
Well, clearly not much of you. Well, let me not say that. I'm just saying,
exactly.
I'm just saying, you going somewhere else with it, right? You know what I mean? So,
one thing you said earlier was if she's fucking somebody, you fucking somebody, and then y'all get back together, y'all fuck together, and everybody's happy. Like, that's cool if that was the conversation that was had. That's not what would happen here. This is a case where y'all both snuck off and did some other shit. You know what I mean? So you can't green like this. Had it been a conversation, y'all know me. I'd be like, word, go for it. Had it been a conversation. But that's not what's happening here. Is that he stumbled across her chicken via email.
If y'all both blowed up, y'all both get caught, all right, cool. What do you do with that? Do you know what? Say fuck it. We both even and walk away. Because
or we both even instead.
That's the only thing you can do. Listen, I got caught, you got caught. What we doing? We're gonna keep this going on, or we gonna walk away?
See, and you paint a perfect picture there, because what the worst thing the dude wants to hear is, let's say he doesn't open up this box, right? He go to his lady, yo, I caught you red-handed. Here's his emails, and she said, listen, nigga, lower your voice a little bit, because I wouldn't have done this if I didn't find them emails in your box 2 months ago, right?
Yeah.
Now you guys started some shit that you didn't really want to start. You know what I mean?
No.
So, but again, I think had this all been a genesis with a conversation, hey, I want to try something different. I want to do this. I think it could have worked out. It's all in the conversation to me. It will always be that.
A whole other conversation. You know what I'm saying? You know. So
why though? Because this cat is talking about he wants to go confront her. You're not in a position to confront her. In my head. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to. Your hand ain't real strong. That's all. Your hand ain't real strong. You still gotta confront her.
You gotta take it.
Ain't nobody taking nothing.
Take it. Or you gotta. Okay, if you don't take it, you bowing out the game gracefully. You bowing out the game. What else is there? What's the comeback? What's the get back?
There is no get back.
You're not staying together, right? So if you're not trying to figure it out, like, yo, I really like her, we both got caught, we both not gonna do it no more, whatever the case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna stay together, right? Or you gonna bow out the game. That's it.
I think there's more to that, man. I think I want my lady to be better.
Yeah.
Untouchable. Beyond reproach.
Don't mean she's not a good woman, dog. It just means she caught you doing some shit and she doing her thing too. It don't
but in this instance, we don't know who caught who first.
It does not mean she's not a good woman, dog. The fuck out of here. As far as taking, she could still be taking care of him from. Let's not okay. I know, Chuck, you're anti-women, but let's not get them fucked up like they don't have game and they don't know how to do their shit and keep shit going too, dog. And
they're better than we are.
You're on the woman's side, but I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it a buck, nigga. Like, yo, admit it. Like, come on, guys. They know game too, though. You know what I'm saying? So they can balance all fronts, particularly our black queens. They can balance a bunch of things out, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I know there's some that might be somewhere, but there's some that get shit done, dog, and can balance on front and still be doing their thing on this side, sneaking up, and you won't even know it. Again, that's a conversation for another day, Sparring Minds, but I'm just saying.
If you can balance so much, you balance my house. That's what you do. You don't balance the dick down the street. Like that's not.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Come on, man. So once again,
hate the game, man.
So y'all gonna say that y'all will sit there and allow it to happen and still deal with the girl?
Well, I'm saying that a conversation would be had, like, how much do I value that relationship with her, right?
But when do you?
We both get caught, right? So I say, hey, listen, what we gonna do? We both gonna keep doing this,
but you both didn't get caught.
of each other, huh?
But you both didn't.
Dude,
Based
yeah,
on
dude didn't get
what
caught.
this said, he didn't get caught.
Yeah, he didn't get caught.
It doesn't even say. Yeah, he didn't get caught.
He just keep
get
caught.
caught.
He caught her.
You don't gotta get caught.
Even in that sense, I feel like he still got to take the L. I would take the L. I would in that front. You know what I mean?
So you would take the L and not say it, not near a word to this chick.
That's
outrageous.
But if I know I'm doing me,
yeah,
doing me.
So what are y'all doing?
Why not have a conversation about it at least?
So this can't be your lady then.
I'm saying you don't gotta make no admission to guilt.
So this can't be your lady then. This has to be just y'all just doing what grown adults do. This can't be your lady.
Well, I'm saying based on the conversation of what the ass chuck is, it's his lady, right? Is it someone?
It's supposed to be his lady, but she can't be your lady if you're just gonna allow her to continue.
No, I disagree with that. I disagree with that one. I disagree with that one. All I'm saying is, listen. Y'all can have. I just said have the conversation. That's all I'm saying.
Did not say that. Well, add that sauce to it. I definitely did not say that.
I'm saying if you have the conversation, that's one thing, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna watch you out here cheating every night. You talking about you going over Tasha's every Thursday?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. But if we sit down like adults and say, listen, I came across the email. I already know what's really good. So the real question is, do you want to stay in a relationship? Do you want to discuss some things sexually about what you're missing, what you're getting there that you're not getting here? If you want to have that conversation, we can have that conversation. If you feel like, you're ready to go and do something else, that's cool too. But I'm welcoming the conversation. I'm not coming out here accusing her like, oh, bitch, you're a grimy. No, I'm saying, let's have a conversation. Because I know this is what you're doing. Now I need to know why.
Right. That's something different. Now that's something different.
Yeah, you gotta have the conversation.
I want the conversation to happen. You know what I mean? Because if it's like you said earlier, man, if you really vested, you something you care about, you don't want the broad to just walk away. You know what I mean? You want to see what it is.
Right.
Now, if it's some scallywag, well, I don't care what you do. You know what I mean? So
game, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dig.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yeah, that was like that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna push it. Y'all stay tuned for the next episode. We'll drop another ass truck on y'all then. No need to flood them with all that on one night, right?
Really?
We got any partner shots for like Hand It to Little?
What's going on for the weekend, y'all? What y'all doing? Anything?
I'm in the middle of a motherfucking thunderstorm watch down here, so I was gonna be outside swimming, but I'm not sure now. I might just be in the crib playing cards with the wife.
So. I want to shout out my homegirl. Her name is LaQuisa Perk, West End Coalition. It's somewhere off of Washington Street. She's a part of this group thing for the neighborhood. She's doing something this weekend. She asked me to come through on Sunday on a live thing and talk whatever about All Forked Up, Sparring Minds, all that good stuff. So Sunday I'll be doing that.
That's dope.
Is gonna be food over there?
She said she got food and drinks, and then she asked me if I want the premier dish. I don't know. I might bring something. I might be a little light. I might come through with something. I can't come through empty-handed, so I'm gonna come through with something.
You gonna tag the page when you go? What are you gonna do with that? How are we gonna promote that?
I'll see what her end is like. You know what I'm saying? But if I can go on the page, absolutely I will. You know what I mean? Definitely. So see what's up with that Sunday,
Little mirror time for us, King.
Back to the divorce stuff. All right. So when two people decide to get a divorce, it isn't a sign that they don't understand one another. It's actually a sign that they have at least begun to.
Oh, really? I see that. I like how that.
That's for real.
Yeah, that's real shit.
Church.
That's real shit.
Church.
All right, as y'all can see, we didn't get the homie Kimani on today. And really, that was just us running our mouth and talking too much and not getting the bro in. So we'll get him in here as soon as we can in our next episode. But as always, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man, and keep supporting the movement like y'all been. It's been incredible. We're gonna get y'all another tournament coming up here real soon, so y'all stay tuned.
Yes.
Comedy movies.
Comedy movies.
Absolutely.
Comedy movies.
Movies.
Get it cracking.
Stand-ups.
Not stand-ups.
Comedy stand-ups.
Movies.
Comedy movies. Comedy
Y'all are
movies.
hating and y'all are cheaters. But keep it moving.
Comedy
Keep it moving.
movies.
But clearly these
And
dudes
also,
around me are real petty.
I'm saying real quick though, we're gonna let our fans pick the next tournament after the comedy one. You know what I'm saying? We've been figuring out a way to get the fans involved. So for our next tournament after the best comedy movies, we want the fans to decide what tournament we do next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be dope.
That sounds dope.
Get the listeners involved, man. So with that said, man, we're gonna close out July. We're gonna close out the first.
Oh, damn. August.
Cancer season's over. You know what I mean? But it's been a good first 7-8 months for us, fellas, and we're gonna keep rolling. Sparring Minds, you already know who I am, man. Charlie Hustle, aka Charles Jones.
All right, Tower, y'all. Y'all be safe this weekend.
Sam Little.
The chef, Mr. Main Topic.
We out of here, man. Sparring Minds.
Yes, sir.